go live quite spontaneously because we hit 2000, no, 2000, yeah, 2000 subscribers last night, and I just wanted to say thank you to you all, guys. Thank you for yeah, for making this happen. Thank you a lot for being part of this beautiful community. Thank you for supporting me since like now 1.5 year. And yeah, I just wanted to give you like the opportunity to ask me whatever you want, guys. I want to show you fragrances that I love to wear, that I loved the most to wear the last couple of days and weeks. And yeah, guys, it's really special, guys. When I just when I started this hobby, when I started this journey, guys, I was not expecting anything, to be honest with you. I was really into fragrances. I loved fragrances since like I think now it's almost like 4 years already. And yeah, it is something special about this hobby. It's something special to share this hobby with you guys. And that's why I'm so happy to have all you guys out there in my community. For me, that is really something super special. And like I said, when I first started off with this hobby, I was not expecting, or with these videos, I just wanted to share my favorite scents. I was not expecting anything, and then yeah, I continued doing this stuff. And yeah, guys, you showed me a lot of love, and that is something really beautiful and really something that I appreciate a lot. And I just had to laugh, guys, because it's so special to have all you guys out there and to connect with 2,000 people. That is something that I really, really appreciate, and I want to say thank you. Um, Hi, Andrea. Hello from Florence, Italy. What's your top seller? Yeah, I have to say, Andrea, maybe you disagree with me. I mean, I love Renaissance a lot because it is I love how minty and citrusy it is, but also I love Naxos for a really nice dinner night or something like this. That is something that I really, really appreciate or really, really love to wear. Um, and great to have you here from Florence because I've been to Bologna last year and I really, really enjoyed the whole region. And I've been in Florence a lot when I was a kid. And yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Torino 21. I know a lot of people hype this fragrance, but for me, my top 3 fragrances for summer from Sergio are by far Naxos, 40 Knots, because I love how elegant it is, and also Renaissance. These are my 3 top choices for summertime. Maybe you disagree or you agree. Tell me what are yours. Yeah, in general, I love the house of Sergov because, yeah, they smell. I think some people say they are a little bit overpriced. I think they smell really elegant. I think Sergio is one of the most elegant fragrance houses when it comes to smell. I love their compositions. Some smell a little bit generic, maybe more like yeah, designerish, but that's not bad. So I think they're still really good. And like I said, I fall in love with Naxos because I love the combination of lavender, honey, and that gorgeous tobacco. I love Neo so much. What is Neo? Or I love it. I don't know what you want to say, but 40 Knots. I agree with you, guy. I agree with you, Andrea. It's something so special about this fragrance, and for me, it has like the perfect vibe of an Ambre Nuit, which is from Dior, right? And Serge of Neo. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I know this one too. There are some that I never tried, but um, what I want to say is 40 Knots for me is really special because it combines that sailing or like being outdoorsy with a really urban vibe that I really, really enjoy. And that's what I really like. But one thing, one house that I love a little bit more these days, I find it a little bit more interesting maybe is like also in Italian houses, Orto Parisi's by Alessandro Guttieri. And this is like Burger Musk. This is my go-to these days. I think it's just amazing how this smells so citrusy, fresh, and also has like this animalic side to it that makes this super attractive, in my opinion. This is something that when you wear it just with two sprays under each ear, it is something super special about this fragrance and something that a lot of people will smell on you. And this shines in warm weather for me. I went to like a festival here in Cologne and wore it, and it radiated out of from my body, and it was like filling up the air, but in such a beautiful way. And I got a lot of compliments already with this one. But you have to like that musky side to it. It's not too much, but some people don't like musk so much, and then you're not into this. But this smells so gorgeous because it's another interpretation of bergamot in a beautiful form, and that's something that I want to say that Alessandro Guttieri, I think it's a really an artist because I love so many things from him, and I want to try even more. I love the Orto Parisi line. I love the Nasomato range. I love Bararonda. This one is great. I love how boozy this fragrance is. I'm not too much into whiskey or boozy scents, but this one just smells like the perfect, just a perfect whiskey barrel that is sexy because this is so radiant, super attractive, and super inoffensive in a way, but still it will fill the room. It will be something outstanding. And for me, I'm not really into boozy scents, but this, guys, is something else. This is something that you should really, really try. But I wonder, I think this is absolutely fantastic. I can't stop smelling it. And I wore it in Frankfurt last week on a night out or like with friends. And it was great, guys. And also, once I wore this here already, also in the summertime. I think this is gorgeous for nighttime. Yeah, Pardon, I also own one of the most elegant. Yeah, I love how. Do you think, Andrea, that there is like patchouli in there? Because I always get patchouli in Pardon. I also own Pardon. I think this is also really, really gorgeous. This and Barawanda are I think this is easier to wear. Barawanda is more like a night out, easygoing, sexy fragrance, and Pardon is just like something so elegant, right? It's something that I also featured in a video, like my last video, Elegant Fragrances, because I think it has like this super mature, gentlemanly vibe, but it has like a sensuality to it, and it's great. It's such a beautiful oud fragrance. For me, that is really Italian luxury in a bottle, to be honest with you. Um, Hyman, what green fragrance would you recommend? Green fragrance. Okay, that is interesting. There are a lot. Something that I really love to wear these days is Eau de Rochas by the House of Rochas. I think this is super underrated. I'm wearing it today, and I really, really enjoy this because this is so aromatic, so citrusy. It has a limey aspect. It is citrusy, fresh, but it has some herbs. It has that fresh masculine vibe without being generic. I think this is absolutely stunning, to be honest. Vascos. So try this one. And it's super beautiful in the summertime. I just put it in the fridge, and then it's super cold. And also, I can say I love Pour un homme de Caron Le Matin. The white bottle is also really, really beautiful. It has lavender, it is aromatic, it's green, it's beautiful. If you want something a little bit different than Dior Sauvage, Eau Sauvage, that is also really great. But I think these two come close to this, but are still really different. So if you want something different, try Eau de Rochas or Le Matin by Caron. Patchouli in the main house. Yeah, I think so too. I think there's patchouli in there, and I love how the patchouli managed to make this beautiful balance with that dark chocolate vibe and that gorgeous oud that is never stinky. I love Pardon. I think it's a masterpiece, but that's what I ordered, like all samples now from Otto Parisi, the ones that I haven't smelled so far. The red one and Brutus and Similares. I think these are the ones that I never smelled so far, and I ordered them all because I wanted to smell them all and see how many more I have to get, because they are also great. I love it. And what about your best Roja? I love Midsummer Dream. Is it Midsummer Dream? I think some people would say it's a little bit too sophisticated, but I love when it comes to Roger, which I think I love Roger, but I think I really think they're a little bit overpriced. Maybe some people will disagree, but I think you get better value for money when it comes to niche fragrances. But when I would choose one, it would be Midsummer Dream by Roger, because I love how this is. It's so beautiful for summertime, but it's not your typical summer fragrance. It has something foresty to it, which I really, really enjoy. I think it is so natural smelling, smells gorgeous, and has a beautiful, niche side to it. So I think it's a great, and of course Oligarch I also like, but I think it's now Isola Blue or something like this. And Jay, welcome, and thank you for your subscription. Looks like this is animated. Yeah. So like I said, come together, and that's the beautiful thing about fragrances. Come together and talk about them, and then we can discuss something. If you have any questions, or if you have a topic that we can discuss here, just have you tried Caron Sport Green Juice? I haven't tried Caron Sport. I tried the Les Souvars. I tried the, of course, the original that I also like. I think some of my one of my grandpas were rocking it, to be honest, because it always takes me back to my childhood when I wear it or when I smell it. But Caron Le Matin and Les Souvars are my favorites that I tried. And I haven't tried the new one, but the Parfum. But I think it's also a little bit. I think they sold the House of Caron, and now they're trying to be a little bit more mainstreamy, and now it's a little bit worse than before, to be honest with you. But still, I like the house. Congrats. Thank you a lot, Miami Live. I hope you're doing great too. And I'm always trying to show you the best content possible. Always be honest with you guys, and just try to show you things that that are better than all the TikTok hypes or something like this, and still something. It's just something new, something fresh. I don't like redundancy, to be honest, and everything I show you, I really rock all days. So talking about this, if you need something for the summertime, guys, and you want to share something with your girlfriend, maybe also, and you want a better Neroli Portofino, guys, I tried this when it was really hot these days. Neroli Amara by Van Cleef & Arpels, and you see how much I already used. And this, guys, is so gorgeous. If you like Orange Blossom, if you like the idea of Neroli Portofino, right? That fresh linen-like, sometimes musky smell, and this is like a Quentin Bisch creation, and it's so gorgeous, and it lasts like 8-9 hours, and I love it, guys. This one is so great on my skin. It's really masculine, and my girlfriend loves to wear it, and then like I love it on her. My sister loves to wear this because I gifted her one bottle too, and it's just such a great fragrance for the summertime. This is one of the best you can buy for your money. How did you start your fragrance journey? Any particular fragrance? Yeah, that is an interesting fragrance. Okay, sorry.
Okay, das habe ich online zu Wer ist interessiert.
Yeah, that's Siri in the background. So how did I? Yeah, normal start to this was I wanted to have a fragrance for my birthday. I was always wearing fragrances. I wore Hugo Boss. I wore Laura Biaggi's Uomo Roma. I wore something else too, Sculpture, I think too, but never something different than this. And then I was just, I remember the day that I went back from my family house, and I think my birthday was like 3 days, 4 days. Yeah, there was 3 days left or 4 days left to my birthday, and I wanted something new. And then I Googled something, and then surprised, there was Jeremy Fragrance, and he was talking about stuff, and he was talking about La Nuit de l'Homme and stuff like this. And then I ordered La Nuit de l'Homme for my birthday, and I liked it. I liked it a lot because I love lavender. But that was like the kick start to everything that happened afterwards, because afterwards I was then I was like, okay, he's talking about so many different fragrances, they have to be good, right? And then I went to Douglas, I went to some stores to try some things, and of course I'm someone, when I'm really into something, then I'm really into it, right? And then I started, just wanted to have like a signature scent, and I remember I got like Chanel Allure Homme Sport or Extreme afterwards, and Prada L'Homme, and then Prada Black, and in like 3-4 months I had like 10 fragrances. And then I really started to recognize, okay man, maybe it's more like an addiction already, like that you don't want just one fragrance, you want more. I try to convince myself that it's not like this, and I try to I try to stop. But then I tried so many fragrances, guys, and then I blind bought a lot, and then I sold a lot. But yeah, and that's how I came in this hobby, to be honest with you. And after 2 years into this hobby, yeah, then of course you want to have something a little bit more niche. You are searching for something different, and then was just thinking like, man, I want to share that hobby, because here in Germany, guys, I don't know where you live, but here it's not really normal, even if you have Jeremy Fragrance, and he's of course not the same anymore that as he used to be. But so many fragrances are not, so many people are not into fragrances at all. That's really hard to find people that are into fragrances here, and or that are wearing fragrances at all. So that was like that was something like the Kickstarter, that I wanted to share it with an audience and some people, and that's why I started my YouTube channel. Anyways, what new release are you excited about so far? To be honest with you, Miami Live, I'm not really interested. It's really hard for me these days to be excited about fragrance releases, because these days fragrance releases are mostly really boring or redundant. I'm really looking forward for a new Chanel fragrance, a really mainstream, new Chanel fragrance that is not Bleu de Chanel Elixir, right? I want something new, I want something fresh, and my only hope is for designer that there will be, I mean, Galant is also really nice, but I want a Chanel fragrance that is new. I want something like in the 90s, Platinum is something fresh, that has some masculinity from back in the days, but also something really new and something groundbreaking again, like there was Dior Homme, right, and something like this. I'm just hoping for that kind of fragrance, and till this happens, I'm more into just looking for fragrances that are from the 2000s, from 2010s, or nowadays, and they're still good and different. I like different kind of fragrances. I want something more special to my fragrance, and that's what I'm looking forward the most. So yeah, I hope I could. The only thing that I liked so far this year that I tried in a store was last year. I liked the new Guerlain that smells a little bit like Guerlain L'Homme Cologne, L'Homme Ideal Cologne, but the new one, the Privé one that I liked last year, and this year the Yves Saint Laurent Y Elixir. Is it Elixir? I have to say it's also like an elixir, but it smells really, really nice. So that one is really, really nice. If you can try it in the store, try the elixir. I think it's the best YSLs in these days, to be honest with you. Yeah, Jeremy Fragrance. My journey started with both of Yeah, when I started more niche. Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing about this hobby. I think it's always the same. I think we all start like this hobby, and then we, yeah, when we approve like designers, if you when then you have all this top 10 list, and then you think, okay, there has to be something else, and then then you find someone's talking about something different, and then you're really hyped about something niche, something a little bit away from the mainstreamy things. But I can also appreciate guys that are just into designer fragrances, of course, because I love people like my father. I love people like my my mother is now also into fragrances since I am, but that are really sticking to one fragrance that is their signature scent, because that is also something that's really nice. But I couldn't do that because I'm so much into smells that I want to smell more. I want to smell different things. I want to explore new stuff and then see what I like. But I feel you, Vascos, because I think this is how we all start. And then I think the worst thing you can have in this collection, and I see this all the time, if you have like 30 fragrances and they are all blue designer fragrance, for example. And then I'm like, why are you purchasing all this? It's a waste of money because you won't really wear them because they are so similar that you could just own one and just wear it and then get another one, right? And then just get something for a different occasion. I think that it would be better fit for anyone than just having redundant fragrances. I think redundant fragrances is one of the worst things that can happen to your fragrance journey. And also buying just cheapies. I like that you started with Rasasi. I mean, I started with cheapies too, but there is just something that's the main thing about this journey. You have to start somewhere and then you can continue with different stuff. And also now, for example, I go to vacation next week to Portugal with my girlfriend, and then I try to reduce myself also. I could go with like 10 samples there like I would do here and just spray something every day, but I want to think about 3-4 fragrances that are fitting for every occasion that I go there, and then maybe I connect differently to these fragrances that I wouldn't do if I had like 10 fragrances with me, right? So I think with this hobby, you really have to think about how you want to appreciate fragrances in the way that you wear them, that you rotate, I mean, of course, it depends how many fragrances you got, but if you have like, I mean, I have over 100 fragrances, way over 100 fragrances these days, and that is not something really good, to be honest with you, because it's just too much. I try to sell some things that I don't wear, and the rest of them I try to rotate as much as I can so that I really appreciate every smell that I really like. But Vascox, what is your favorite fragrance at the moment? That's always an interesting question, I think, for like fragrance enthusiasts, because it's really hard to say or to answer that. But maybe, I mean, for me, it's really interesting these days. For example, I got Bergamasque in the deepest winter, and I liked it a lot because I love lavender, I love bergamot, I love musk, I love that animalic side to it. But it was just not the time for it. It was like I enjoyed it for like a week, and then I tried different stuff because I wanted still to have something fresh, something sweeter or denser or something. And then I came back to this when it was getting warmer, and now I love it. Right, I love it, and I know that I will make memories with this fragrance this summer. Vintage fragrance. Oh, it's really nice. Number one, I think okay, I have to think about if it's really this. Okay, but that's interesting. Houbigant Fougera. Okay, yeah, man, there's nothing better than Houbigant when it comes to gentlemanly fragrances. I own Figure Noir and Ambres des Abysses. And Figure Noir, for me, to be honest, guys, is such a classy fragrance for the summertime. I love it. Figure Noir, if you like fig fragrances, and that's such a dry, peppery, spicy fig with that woody side. It's just, and that still has like the sweet touch that you love about fig. Also great. Cologne Intense also great. Yeah, but vintage fragrances is another level. That's a level that I haven't been able to touch these days yet. But I think it's a great hobby also to have vintage fragrances. I have fragrances that are from back in the days, like that the Bianco one. How is it called? Wait, I have to know which one it is. Sergio Soldano Bianco. This bottle, and I love the smell because it's so Italian. For me, this is like Italy in a bottle. This smells like an Italian kitchen with like the man coming back from, I don't know, from this church or something, because it's also incense. This one is great. I love this one, even if the bottle is so kinky and big, but I love that one so much, and I love Sandland. Yeah, black and a brown. Great. I think, yeah. If you're talking about Sergio Soldano, then I agree with you. I think I tried the black one too, but that is really gentlemanly. But it just depends. I like fougères, I like gentlemanly scents, I like gentlemanly fragrances in general, but I can't wear them too often because sometimes I want something a little bit more playful. And then, but I love Masculine Pluriel, for example. It's not vintage, I know. Or which one I also love. Yeah, like I said, I think Fougère Royale is really nice. I love that one too. I haven't bought a big bottle of it, but I had, I think, a sample of it one day. And Hubigo in general is really, really great, I think. And like I said, also Pour un homme de Caron, Le Matin, really, really love that one for summertime. And I just love that masculine feeling sometimes. I mean, I love all the Terre d'Hermès, to be honest, still to this day. Yeah, and I love vetiver in general. I love vetiver as a note. So there are so many great fragrances out there, guys, these days. It's really hard to put them all together. Any perfume that costs like Rochas Moustache and smells and performs like a 200-ish fragrance. It's hard, but I would say Bois Imperial to this day. It's not like Rochas Moustache because it's cost like 60, 70 euros. But Bois Imperial is, I think, the best bang for your buck that you can still find these days because it smells absolutely great. It smells like Ganymede, like 200 euro fragrance, and it has like beastly projection and longevity. You can wear it to in the daytime, nighttime. It always smells crisp, clean, and different. And I think that's the best value for money that you can buy. And it's a niche fragrance, but it costs like 60, 70 euros. Or also, oh, how is it called? Wait. Also, this one, Le Couvin Portobello. This one I also really, really enjoy. This has an incensey, ambery vibe and a really nice, realistic citrus or like orange. And this smells really, really niche for me. I mean, it's a niche scent, but it costs like, I think this 30 ml costs 30. There's also like a 10 ml sample, 10 ml from 10, and there's also a bigger bottle. But this one is great for the winter time. I can't wear it right now because I think it's really dense and it performs really, really well. Portobello, really nice. And it has like a jazz club feeling, like Maison Margiela Jazz Club, but more dense and without the boozy note. That if you like that kind, and I think if you like Rojas Moustache, you will like this one, Portobello and Bois Imperial as a freshie. To be honest, I wear only few. Yeah, but that is also something that my girlfriend, for example, makes fun of. I mean, in a good way. That just before I go to sleep, or if I'm just feeling like it, I'm just going to my shelf like you and just sniff all my perfumes, and yeah, and just appreciate them for them. And like you say, I have also fragrances. Like, for example, I have also all fragrances that I just connect to my best friend, to my father, to my mother, not to my sister, but that I just made memories with. I don't wear them, of course, so much. Even and all, uh, I don't wear them when I meet with those people. But they, yeah, it's just something so beautiful about this, that you can just appreciate smells for that them are, and then they're really special to you, even if you don't really wear that perfume, because it doesn't has to mean that you don't like it, right? It's just something different. Medical monitor, no problem. I'm always there for you guys if you need any advice. But and like I said, these two are really really great. Yeah, it's just an addiction, and you really have to focus how you can solve it to be at least manageable when it comes to price. I think because it's also something that is super uh, hard to. I mean, if you have a normal job, right, and you own good money, it's okay, but still, you see that you have like 10,000s of euros standing in a shelf, right? So from time to time, I figured out for myself that I want to, from time to time, I just go through all my perfumes, say this one I don't wear at all, and it's not something that is super close to my heart, and then I sell it. And if I really, really miss it, like 2 or 3 years later, I try to get something like this again. But yeah. But for example, Vascos, do you like Jaipuram Eau de Parfum by Boucheron? Because that is also something that I really like a lot. And my barber really smells like that fragrance. The aftershave he uses. It's an executive fragrance is a memory of time. Yeah, yeah. It can transport you. I mean, I make music, for example, right? So for me, music is something really, really important, and something that can take me to places that I have a lot of emotions touched to music, but at least as many to smells, because smell is such a personal thing, and something that is so deep in your brain. I mean, sometimes my English is not so good, guys. Sorry, but it's just something that you can. It brings you back to places, to memories, to good days, to bad days, and you can just link it so great to fragrances. It's such an amazing thing, and to people. And yeah, I really really appreciate um, perfumers to make such masterpieces to also appreciate. And like you say, maybe sometimes I like a painting, right? Sometimes I appreciate something that is so artsy and great, but I wouldn't really put it in my apartment because it's just a little bit too much, right? And that's about fragrances. Maybe I want to own it, but maybe I don't want to wear it so much, or I have to find the right occasion to wear it. For example, Two Man is also something, if you know that one, Two Man by Comme des Garçons, something that is deeply appreciate for the effort, for that great citrus smell, for that interesting incense churchy vibe that it has. It brings me back to my childhood when my grandparents were going to the church and I went with them. It has like that vibe to me, but it's just not something that I can connect so much to it that I am wearing it every day, right? But it's such a great smell that I want to have it in my collection. Yeah, great performance, beastly performance. I mean, I love how this is so green, powdery, vanillic, sensual, and then it just radiates from your skin, and it's such a bang for your buck also. Do you have Tom Ford Noir Extreme Sauvage? Deep mysterious vibe. I mean, just I think you can get better value for money when it comes to the fragrances that you said. I love, is it Oud Noir? Oud Noir by Tiziana Terenzi. Even though I don't like Tiziana Terenzi too much, you can get this one on really good deals. I think Noir Extreme is really sweet. For me, it's a little bit too sweet. If you want something super special and you are a little bit into boozy stuff, try this one. It's super sexy. Barawanda by Nasomato. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's a beautiful whiskey fragrance that is not smelling like booze. It's just super sexy. Just try it in a store if you can. And I'm just thinking, sometimes I have to watch my fragrance collection for a minute. Sometimes I forget something. Yeah, Nero Oud, really, really nice. Valentino Uomo. Ja. So Nero Oud by Tiziana Terenzi. Valentino Uomo, the Eau de Toilette, of course, because it's, for me, still one of the best designers, but because it's sweet and still really masculine with that leather base. And Daniel Josier's Ombre Tabac, also really, really nice, because it smells a bit like Orgean by Parfum Samani, but for me, more gentlemanly and more, it just smells like the perfect baked, it's like a Christmas apple, because it has like a cinnamony side to it, but it's never too sweet. You can wear this any day of the year. So this one is the best bang for your buck. Daniel Josier's Ombre Tabac. It's not a tabac fragrance for me, but and Black Afghano is also really, really nice. But we discussed it before. I think Barawanda that I showed you, Barawanda by Nasomato, and Pardon by Nasomato are the best two fragrances by Nasomato. But yeah, Pardon is really gentlemanly, so sometimes people don't like that. And Black Afghano is also really great. I just heard it's reformulated with something they couldn't really put that darkness into. I don't know which ingredient it was, but they replaced the ingredients and now it's not that skanky anymore. I don't know if it's really, but it's these days, guys. It's really hard to say which is really good or what is really happening, and I don't really care about reformulations, to be honest, if I still like the fragrance. Yeah, go Medical Monitor, really try these fragrances or watch my videos because I'm always I talk about fragrances that are quite mass appealing while being different, right? It's not, I don't show you Dylan Blue, for example. I own Roja's Moustache and I like it a lot, but I try to show you different stuff and that are still super great to wear in the same occasions, right? And also for me, Tom Ford Noir, the normal Noir, I like this one too because it's really mysterious and great. Yeah, like I said, Nero Oud, for example, Vascos, is just Indian oud, so it's not skanky. It is just super smooth. For me, it smells like ombre leather without that. It's not a leathery fragrance, but it gets a little bit leathery. But Nero Oud is just super nicely masculine, deep, and oody without having that skankiness. So this fragrance is just great to wear to a night out, and I wore it so many times in the wintertime and now in the springtime, and people just love it. I mean, that doesn't have to say something, but there's Nero Oud by Tiziana Terenzi. Even if I say Tiziana Terenzi, not the best niche house because they are just copying stuff, but this one is just absolutely amazing. It's pure Italian elegancy in a like Pardon, but a little bit more playful maybe. So if you like Pardon, you will love Nero Oud by Tiziana Terenzi, I think. So that is super smooth, I would say. Do you like Mancera Lemon Lime for summer? I'm not the biggest fan of Mancera fragrances, to be honest. I loved, of course, how's it called? Mancera. You know, the Creed Aventus one, Cera Bosé. I like this one a lot, and this was the fragrance that I wore exclusively when I met my girlfriend 2 years back. But I appreciate them because they are quite heavy and affordable, but sometimes they're a little bit too synthetic for me. I like syntheticness. For example, Bois Imperial is also a synthetic fragrance, but it smells for me better. And I've heard Mancera's, not lemon lime. How's it? The French Riviera one should be really great, but I haven't tried it, to be honest with you. There are better citrus fragrances. I would go with this one, Neroli Amara. This is like Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford, but better. I would go with Simone Andreoli's Ocean of a Midnight Moon. That is smelling a bit like Acqua di Gio Profumo, but just better and more natural and just gorgeous because it has pineapple, leather, and oceanic facets to it. I would go with Chanel Edition Blanche. Chanel Edition Blanche is just, for example, if you want something better than Mancera, go just with Chanel Edition Blanche because it's just amazing. I think it's one of the best designer fragrances that you can buy still to this day. And Bohemian Lime by Goldfield and Banks, I also really like, but this is a little bit more expensive. Also, maybe you should get this on eBay or like with a sample. I think they have 10 ml samples that are not that expensive, and it's in a perfume concentration, and it's a really heavy lime fragrance. So it's just pure lime with vetiver, but that's absolutely fantastic. So if you like citrusy fragrances, try this once. No problem. Guys, I love this community. I love how people come together because of fragrances. Because yeah, it's just a beautiful thing to share every day with people around me and also with you guys every week. And I really, really am into continuing this hobby and always keep you up to date if I can. I think we're really similar, Vascos, when it comes to that because I feel you so much. These days I try not to blind buy at all, but it doesn't really help because I still blind buy. I blind buy. I forgot it already. Uh, a really nice citrus fragrance from Napoli, from a little old, from an old factory kind of store thing. And some people were just raving about it, and people that I really like to listen to. So I blind buyed it again, and I can't wait to smell it and celebrate it. But I try to sample these days, and I really am into sampling these days because I recognize when I sample that a lot of fragrances I liked first, but then I don't really wear them so much, and then I was like, okay, I don't have to get a full bottle, and that doesn't happen with blind buys. So, but I can feel you a laugh just to open the package, to smell it, and think like, man, that was a good blind buy. And to continue with you before I go to the other medical again, what is the best and worst blind buy? My best blind buy, I would say, that's hard. I think Florienthal by Comme des Garçons, because also for you, medical monitor, if you want something for the nighttime that smells absolutely amazing, Comme des Garçons Florienthal is just, I think it just touched me in a way. It's just amazing. For me, this is just an amazing fragrance. And that was really love at first sniff when I just blind bought it. I can remember that. And also Nero Oud, because I now wore it like the whole winter for like going out, and I just loved how it smells in the air. And maybe one more, which one was good. Oh man, I had so many blind buys back in the days that it's really hard to say which one I blind bought. Yeah, maybe in the worst one. These days I like it a little bit more, but Costa Azzurra by Tom Ford, I bought like 100 ml of this, and I'm really not wearing it. That was bad for my bank account. And maybe which one was also a really bad one. I had a lot of luck with blind buys, to be honest with you. I really don't had so many bad ones. I still like it. Okay. I just have to say Costa Azzurra, I think, because the rest I'm still wearing or I sold it already. Amazing thing, I loved your videos also. That's great, medical monitor. Thank you so much. That sounds great. Okay, thank you for your subscription, and thank you for for being part of your community. And like I said, even if I one day would be paid for anything, I would still be so honest, because I'm not. It's just like it's part of my character. I want to be honest with people. So, oh, Mega Mare, I can't stand it, and it lasts for weeks. That is something that that's funny, because I considered blind buying it last week, because I love Bergamasque so much that I think it has to be good. But then I think if I like this one so much, then just wear this one, right? Because I think I like such citrus fragrances better than oceanic fragrances. And I like, for example, Salaria, which is, what is this? Giardino Benessere Salarias. It's also like a sea breeze fragrance, and I like it a lot more. And I think that's enough. I don't want to have something that lasts on me like a week, I think, and I will annoy my girlfriend so much with it that I wouldn't wear it at all, I think. So thank you. I think I bought like a sample, to be honest with you, and so I can sample it. But Mega Mare, I think it's maybe a bit too much, and I don't. Sometimes I like the idea of Otto Parisi. I like the whole house a lot, because I think it's one of the most artistic things you can buy. But I think when it comes to oceanic fragrances, you don't want something that is so potent. But I think they use just Cologne and like Hedione to the maximum, so it is just so potent in its sea ingredients or oceanic ingredients that it's just like a little bit too much for all people around you. So I'm really sorry that you blind bought it and it's so bad. But you don't really like the smell at all. To be honest, I blind bought Creed Aventus from Costa Online. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, to be honest with you, I like pineapple cheaper fragrances or pineapple woody fragrances in general. But for me, Loewe Essentia, Eau de Parfum, and Nishane Hachivat are just so much better. A friend of my mother rocked like Creed Aventus all the time, so I could just try it there. And I think he had like 3 batches of it. And I have to say also, I mean, it's just like with all the things, guys, these days, so many things are just hyped and are not really good in I think the expectation is just too high then, because I think back in the days when it was new and no one was talking about it, I think there were people that really say it, like Creed Aventus is a great fragrance. But these days you smell it everywhere. It's just like something that you have to like, and then you don't want to spend that much money on it because there are better versions on the market right now. I love sea fragrances, like Accordies, Liv di Sale, Sadalia, Loewe Essentia Sport. Okay, Sport I never tried, but Miramar is just too synthetic. Don't do it. Okay, thank you a lot. Yeah, and I agree with you. Loewe is one of my favorite houses because Loewe Loewe Pour is one of my favorite relaxing fragrances. I love how happy and just calming this fragrance is to me personally. I love the smell of Loewe Pour. I have to try Loewe Essentia Sport because I have never tried it. I love Loewe. I mean, I like Loewe Essentia Eau de Parfum because it's for me a more natural, more lavender based, like cheaper for that smells a little bit like Creed Aventus, but not more natural, but it smells better. But Loewe Pour is one of my favorite fragrances that I love to wear to bed, that I love to wear to go to the sauna. Why? It's just like something really personal. I don't know why, but the combination of citruses, the lavender, and the oak moss in there is just like absolutely fantastic for me personally. Maybe they made like thousands of yeah, and maybe you are living somewhere where I've heard that about minty stuff and something like this too, because I don't know if you are from the US, but sometimes things that or European people like more than European people like in their fragrances are not really for the US market because there it's too sweet, too much like like you said, like a cleaning product, right? And here is also the same. But I get that also with different fragrances. That, for example, I love citrus in fragrances. I love lemon. Lemon can be a little bit olfactory to some people, but for example, I love the lemon in New York Intense by I don't know the name, but New York Intense, for example, or like Bergamot. It's just like something I really enjoy to smell. But for some people, acidicness in citrus notes can be smelling like cleaning products. Yeah, but for me, it's really refreshing. And it just depends how good it's blended, right? For example, Versace Pour always, I like that smell because I think it's just super simple, masculine, and something everyone can appreciate. But it has like something from a cleaning product to me, while Chanel Allure Sport smells quite the same, but just smells better because it is just better blended. So for me, it depends on how good it's blended and which house it's from. Just not based on the amount of cash or like the amount of money you have to spend, but the amount of effort that is put into it. Loewe Pour round bottle, great herbal. Loewe Pour the round bottle. I just have like the square bottle, the new one. I would love to have the old one, of course. I mean, you are into vintage fragrances, and I think that's really great to have that one. But I also like the new one because I think Loewe is a house that is super underrated and not much like there are not any clones or something like this, and I think they still make a great product these days, right? Because I have the idea. I think the main designers are like cutting costs a little bit too much sometimes, and I think houses like Caron used to be, and also Prada was like family based or family owned till like 2 months ago or something like this. I think also Loewe, there are like fragrance houses, designer fragrance houses that still create beautiful stuff that is still to this day, even if they are old, they're from the 90s or 80s, they're still smelling great today. yeah, I'm happy to discuss that also. Round bottle 2015. Pour Homme. I have to go online and see that. Loewe. Okay, fuck it. Sorry, I don't want to say swear words, but I can't go online here. Wait, maybe I can go do it like this. Yeah. Yeah, that was so good for me to make it like this. Pour Homme. Interesting. I don't see any. Are you sure it's Pour Homme? Because I can't see a square bottle here. I couldn't see a round bottle. Just like the square ones. Here. I see. I see it. Oh, but it looks like an old one. It looks great. But this is different. Have you tried the other square one? Is it different? So that I have to try it. I like Aaron Terrence-Hughes, to be honest. I think he's doing a lot for making. I think he's putting a lot of effort into making great fragrances. They are not sometimes a little bit, yeah, redundant, not, but they're he's influenced, and he made some mainstreamy things, but I still think I like his nose, and I think he makes potent fragrances, but I don't like to rate something because of potency, but still it's something that I can enjoy, and I like his videos, and I like the ones that I smelled. It's really hard to get these fragrances here in Germany because of Brexit, but still the ones I tried some samples and I liked a lot of them. I mean the candy one and that one that has pineapple in it are really nice. Hey LV, thank you a lot. Thank you for being here for such a long time already. So I mean, I think you were one of my first subscribers, but I saw your comments from back in the days, and thank you a lot. I appreciate you, but I appreciate everyone, of course. Okay, then he should move somewhere else if it's really hard to get them anywhere. So it is, yeah. There's, I like. Okay, I don't want to tell you the something not the right thing, so I have to look up which one I really liked. But this hard candy stuff I liked, and there was something that is super masculine and pungy. Let me try to get it. I don't want to move to the UK. To be honest with you, I think I have friends there, and I still like Britain and stuff, but I really don't want to be there. But for me, I mean, yeah, I mean, I like. I mean, I traveled a lot in my life already, and I like every place I've been to so far. I think in a way, but I really like to be where I am right now. To be honest, I like Cologne, not just because of the name. It's really really nice, but I like Britain a lot, and I also like US. It's just I don't know where you're from. I just been to New York, but yeah, I liked it there a lot. But I think there are a lot of good, really beautiful places in this world. I like no, Southeast Asia the most, to be honest with you, just for traveling. What do your friends family think of your hobby? My family thinks I'm mental. Yeah. In the first, I mean, my the good thing about me is, for me it was like I work as a in the media industry, right? So it's really hard to describe my job to my family already. So they so they are expecting not too much from my hobbies. I mean, not in this way, but they're always supportive. To be honest with you, everyone in my family is always supportive. I would sometimes laugh, and I hope she's not watching. My girlfriend to be a little bit more into fragrances, to be honest, because that is something that I want to share a lot, maybe a little bit more there. But she has like she can't wear perfume on her skin because it's she reacts bad with it, so she has to put it on in her hair or on her clothes. But still, she appreciates perfume, and I gifted her some fragrances already that I like. And for example, my mother is really supportive. She always wants to have something that I spray something on her when she comes over, or she, for example, the Guerlain Privé, Guerlain L'Homme Idéal Privé from last year that I bought. I had to gift it to her because she was so into it after the weekend that I spent with my family that I had to. I mean, I don't had and don't had to, but I wanted to give it to her, and now she has she went through the whole 100 ml, I think, and I think I gifted her like 2 or 3 other fragrances. For example, also my best friend is now a little bit more into fragrances. He's wearing Dior Sauvage Elixir, but also I gifted him the Guerlain L'Homme Idéal Eau de Parfum and the which one Terre d'Hermès for the office because he has like an office job. Uh, and my sister, she was a little bit into fragrances already, and then I gifted her this, and now she's just rocking Neroli Amara all the time because she loves it so much. So I think they're all quite supportive, but of course, if you have people that are into yeah saving things or like being a little bit more patient about stuff, to tell them that you have over 100 fragrances, they always think you're mental the first minute. But all my friends are really into it, to be honest. They all I think a lot of people still, maybe also when you are a little bit into creative stuffs already, they like to talk about fragrances, and they appreciate my hobby because they can always find new stuff to buy from this for themselves. Of course, I think that's really really nice to have one friend that is into perfumes. I'm wearing this one, Eau de Rochas by Rochas now. Really nice, cheapy, really great. Smells fantastic. I reapply it now because I like it so much. Yeah, man. I put this in my fridge, and this one is one of the best cheapest you can get, I think, these days. Eau de Rochas by Rochas. Great stuff. I want to give this to my uncle and my father, I think, also this summertime. I think it's great because it smells limey, a little bit like Bohemian lime with like aromatic side to it. It's like yeah, it is. My girl supports me as long as she doesn't see the prices, as long as she gets one too. Yeah, that's a good thing. Be happy that you have a girlfriend like this. I mean, like mine is really. She's always asking, "What is this perfume?" Or like she's looking at the bottles and stuff, and she's really into her favorites on me and on her. Sometimes I don't get it, of course, but I think every nose is different. And but sometimes she just tells me, "You spray too much. You spray too much." So yeah, she's a little bit sensitive sometimes to perfume, but I get it because I mean you can't expect that everyone is liking your partner to smell like perfume all the time, right? But she's also quite supportive, but not as yours, I think. Has any perfumer break the code for fresh and long lasting? Yeah, I told you already. The one Neuroli Amara is fresh and long lasting. I think the thing is you do have to remember synthetic notes last longer than natural notes, and of course fresher notes don't last as long as like sweet notes. So it's really hard to have a fresh fragrance that is fresh all the time, right? And that stays on you like 24 hours. But for example, I showed you this one, Bergamasque, which is like nuclear without being too much if you just spray 2 times. Or like Neuroli Amara is also really nice. Renaissance by Serjov is also great, long lasting, fresh fragrance. Bohemian Lime by Goldfield Bank is also great fresh fragrance. So there are a lot of fresh, long lasting fragrances. You just have to find them. Or just overspray with not so much long lasting fragrances, which I also like because I don't care about longevity so much when I love the smell a lot. That is something you should also, because you have to remember that maybe you are into long lasting fragrances, but not many people around you are into you smelling like nuclear, right? So just be a little bit patient. And then, for example, Bois Imperial, which I told you, by Essential Perfumes, Bois Imperial, super long lasting, super fresh. But if you spray like more than 2 times, it will be annoying for a lot of people around you. Ares, thank you a lot. Any good places to buy niche fragrances in Europe? Yeah, there are a lot of so if you don't care about where you want to go, I would go to Paris because there are the most stores to smell fragrances and to try fragrances. I think that is the best, um, the best city. Also, I would say Milano, in Italy, and also Rome. So the Italian cities are really nice to trying fragrances and also buy niche fragrances. Um, and I don't know if that is a question, to be honest, but and also here, I mean, in Germany, we have a lot of stores, not in Cologne, sadly, but I can go to Düsseldorf, which is just the next city on the Rhine here, and they have like a luxury store where you can try every niche brand, to be honest with you, and buy them all. But retail, of course, so you have to buy a retail there, and that's sometimes not that good. But still, guys, if you have like a little niche shop somewhere, and you have to want to really be you want them to stay, buy retail. I'm really getting into creeds. It's really gonna be, yeah. I can get. I see that because I think the smell is absolutely fantastic. To be honest with you, I think for me it smells like a beautiful island in the in the Bahamas or something like this. But it is expensive and it don't last on me. I tried it with a sample, and I think it smells really high quality, but for me a little bit too much money for what you get. But I'm great. I see what you mean, and it's a beautiful vacation fragrance. And if you can afford it, it's absolutely fantastic. F by Ferragamo, not black. The original with the red line. Okay, Vasco. This one, this is the thing, right? You always hear like F black, because it's like something that Jeremy Fragrance was saying, and I hated that fragrance, to be honest. But if you say like, is F by Ferragamo really different? Then I have to try it. Because I never tried the original F by Ferragamo. But great suggestion. Hey Sois, Amoris Homme Extrait, also great fragrance. Smells like the luxury hotel to me. Amoris Homme, which fragrance reminds me so much of it? I tried one fragrance. Yeah, okay, it depends, but which one was it? Sorry. I There was one fragrance that I tried and I was like, man, this smells like Amaris Homme and it's a lot cheaper, but I like the quality of MFK. I like Gentle Fruity Silver, also of course Grand Soir, Masculine Pluriel. This one's a lot, but I tried the Amaris Homme. I like the Extreme more than I think the Eau de Parfum. But also for me a little bit overpriced, but still great stuff. I think beautiful work or everyday fragrance that you can rock wherever and smell fantastic. But I want to remember which one it was that I tried. Sometimes, yeah, it's always when you want to. Main difference between originals versus cheapest, you mean like dupes? What? Quality and creativity. I think it's just something, if you are really into fragrances, I don't, for example, I don't get people that buy like 7 dupes or like 8 dupes of fragrances and don't get the original, because I would love to wear the original and rock through it so much more than having like 8 fragrances that smell just like it but are not like it, right? I mean, I think that is the main thing, and also like of course with like quality, sometimes they get quite close, but and they maybe smell good in the air, but I think when it comes to your skin scent, when it's on your skin and someone's getting close to you, you will smell the difference really really hard. For me, it's always when I test fragrance, I always test on my hands, and when I get through it, even if something that smells close to something that I like and it's like I mean tens the price or something like this, I like it first, and then in the dry down sometimes it gets pretty flat, and that's what I don't like. So I think that is the best, the main difference between dupes and originals. Cheapies don't have to mean that, for example, there are cheap fragrances that are not dupes, and that doesn't have to mean that they're bad. I love cheap fragrances. So, I mean, if something is affordable and great smelling, that's a pleasure to me and my pocket, because I don't have to spend like 100 or 200 euros, right? Completely different fragrance. Okay, man, and I have to get, okay, not have to get, but I have to try it then. Okay, but thank you for suggesting that. Is it like then like a fresh green fragrance or something like this? What kind of smell it is? Is it? Why 50 cents? That's also a really nice question that never gets asked. It was just, I have my best friend is good in a lot of things, but the best thing that he has is like ideas for names. And I just was thinking about like send anything or something. And then he was like, why you don't call yourself like 50 cents? And I was like, man, that's a great idea. And that's how easy it was. He was just, Jan, greetings to you. You made the name of this channel. 50 cents was his idea, and yeah, I just copied it, or I mean, I took it because I liked it. I'm interested in anything that is creative. For example, my father is painting a lot, and I love it. I'm not a good painter, but I'm really, really into it. I like to go to museums. I like to go to concerts. I like to every. I work with people that are writing poems and stuff. So I'm and everything that is creative touches me in a way. Also, like of course, singing. Not me. I can't sing, but people that sing along to stuff that I do when I do music. So music is a big part of my life. Of course, I started with piano lessons, and then I did my own stuff, and now I'm working in a studio where I also can produce stuff with friends. So I'm into music. I'm also a little bit into poker. I make like poker nights with friends. I organize poker rounds. with friends with like small budget, of course, but just because we play a lot and also backgammon. I like card games. I like games with cubes. I don't know if you say that backgammon was like an addiction before Perfume. To be honest, I was really into backgammon, and of course, I mean that is and for example, and food. I think also like I'm really into cooking, or like yeah, because I'm really into Italian and Asian cuisine. I just love pasta in every way. I love seafood. I love so many. I love I love good things that smell, or that I love things that smell that taste good, right? Or like also and also Negronis. I'm addicted to Negroni because it's my favorite drink if it comes to alcohol drinks. I love Campari as a liquor, and I love Negroni with vermouth and gin and like a beautiful orange in there. Beautiful, yeah. Just the good things in life I like a lot. I think this, yeah, I think that's it. To be honest, of course, vacations. I like to go on places that I've never been. I like to go somewhere adventurous. That are things that I like. Of course, you can also always say what you like, guys. I don't want to. You don't have to. I don't. I'm not the only one that has to answer. And so maybe it's. But there was something also. Maybe I remember it when I smell it again. Yeah, but maybe Uden is really in the same vein. You're right, but maybe I will. Maybe it comes to my brain again. Thank you for the answer. I wanted to ask you for your favorite online store to buy niche perfumes. Oh yeah, that's really hard. I like Perfume Dreams, but whenever I tell you that, Ares, I don't know if you can get it there, but Perfume Dreams is really nice, good prices, and fast delivery here in Germany. Perfume Zentrum, but I think this is also. I don't know if I think they will deliver inside the EU. Parfum, also so like perfume, just in German like Parfüm Zentrum, like center. Really nice, also really fast. These are the two main things. Easy Cosmetics are really nice, but they are more for designer fragrances. Um, and sometimes it just depends on the fragrances that I get. For example, Otto Parisi or Nasomato, and also which one, Hubi Gant ones. I just get from the sites, like the official sites, because I want to have the original and want to be sure that I have the right one, and they deliver really. And of course, sometimes MFK I also get from their side, because you get samples with it. So it just depends on the fragrance house. If I get something like Tiziana Terenzi or something that is good on discounters, then I try to get to Perfume Centrum, or like the other one, Perfume Dreams. And if not, I go to the main sites. Red berries, pink pepper, lavender, a bit spicy, fresh, and invigorating. Sounds great. I have to try it. And thank you a lot, Medical Monitor. Really, thank you a lot. I'm always great. I always feel great helping people out with fragrance tips. I wish I could do this in real life too, a lot more. But like I said, there are just a few people into fragrances here in Germany. Yeah, I released music, but it was my provider went down a few months back, and now I'm on a project now when it comes to more like jazzy hip hop that I want to release this year, and I also want to release my old stuff again with new stuff. So keep you updated if you want, LV, and then I will post a link to Spotify where you can find it. But back in the days, like 2019 till 2022, I released some singles like melodic techno, but really chilled. Like I'm so into melodies, so I have like it always has to be something melodic and not too in your face, right? It's more like chilling at the beach bar and having a cocktail and listening to that music with some vocals on it and stuff. But it's really there are some special things, some special songs there because I released one with my sister when we made like it's called like Olas, and she wrote like a poem for a guy she fell in love with in Colombia, and then we met Christmas, and I had like this this instrumental already, and then was like, I think there's something missing on it, and then I listened to it, and I was like, we have to record it, and we recorded it with a crappy microphone, and it was so great, and it's to this day one of my favorite songs that I released. So, it's just Paul Martin, like Paul Martin, on Spotify, but you won't find anything there now, I think. Maybe on SoundCloud there's something left, but I haven't released the newer stuff on SoundCloud. I think just I made so many different stuff already that that I think the things on SoundCloud are a little bit like 10 years old or something like this, but still you can find me there, Paul Martin, and also on Spotify again, I think in August, late at latest, or how you say it, like I hope earlier than August. Have you tried Initio perfumes? Yeah, I try a lot. I love Side Effect. I have a love-hate relationship to Side Effect because I think it's such a great fragrance in a way, but sometimes it's a little bit too sweet for me. But I still want to get a bottle one day. Maybe when it's get a little bit colder outside. I like Rehab. Is it Rehab? No, how is this Paragon? Is it Paragon? There's one. Yeah, I think it's Paragon. The plum fragrance from Initio is also really great, really versatile. And Musk Therapy, I think it's, if you can afford it, if you want a daily driver for you and your girlfriend, or you want to make a beautiful present to I still don't know if it's I think it's unisex, and that's the main thing about unisex, but it has like a masculine and I think the opening is a little bit feminine to me for Musk Therapy, and then it gets more masculine and great smelling. I think it smells beautifully clean. So these three are my favorites: Paragon, Initio, Side Effect, and Musk Therapy. But they are really hard to get on discounters. I think I saw Initio Side Effect for 190, maybe 180, but it's really hard here in Germany to find them under 200 euros. Best value for your money is, what would you say is your best, if you, I don't know, guys, if you all that are online now into niche, but what is your best value for money niche fragrance that you can think of that you own? I think it's really hard to say that, to be honest, because I would, what would I say? I think, for example, Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Barrois is such a great fragrance, but it's quite polarizing. But I love how it's so potent, different, leathery, fresh, everything at the same time. It's really niche, and yeah, I think that's a really niche fragrance. I don't know. Which fragrance do you consider to be overhyped, and which is a gem under the radar? Overhyped. is it's so hard to answer that because there's so many things that are overhyped these days. Something that is really overhyped for me is Le Mal Elixir, for example. I don't get why people are saying that is the same thing that is always getting me a little bit angry these days. If you see that beautiful girls online on YouTube telling you about the same stuff every time, and they're just seeing new fragrances and telling you they're good, because there's so much bad stuff out there these days. Of course, it's just personal, but I think I would say Elixir by John Le Mal is really overrated. I think the Gentleman Privé, not the boozy one, but the new one, Society or something like this, and also the Armani Code Parfum. Man, this was and Ocean Prada Luna Rossa Ocean Eau de Parfum. Super. I love Prada. I love Luna Rossa. I love the original Luna Rossa, and also Carbon is really nice as like a normal fragrance. But this one is just so whatever. I mean, and which gem is under the radar? Which gem is under the radar? Yeah, of course, I would say Bois Imperial is under the radar because it's such a great value for money still to this day. And yeah, that's really hard because everything that I own and wear, I would say, is under the radar because I talk about so much different stuff that no one talks about, right? Nero Oud, I love Florianthal. I think Florianthal by Comme des Garçons is such a high end fragrance that is super under the radar, to be honest, because no one is talking about Comme des Garçons, and the fragrance is also Wonderwood. They both are really great, and Florianthal is such a great fragrance to go out because it's such a beautiful plum liquor with that woody incense. They have all the Comme des Garçons also have such a great incensey woody base that's not smoky. It's just fresh incense. It's just absolutely amazing. I think I would say Florianthal is the hidden gem, to be honest. I love this house, man. What's your favorite brand? At the moment, my favorite brand is Nasomatto and Otto Parisi because I think it's the most creative fragrances you can buy for when it comes to niche fragrances. I would also say, of course, Sergioff to this day. There are things that are super overhyped. Speaking about overhyped fragrances, people that say, which one is it? That Monkey Special, Sergioff Tony Iommi. I don't get it, guys. For me, Tony Iommi, I like a lot of Sergio's. I like the house a lot, but Tony Iommi smells for me like a designer fragrances, and it's so expensive. And for example, then get Nasomatto or like Parawanda then get Parawanda or Pardon by Nasomatto. They are boozy or like patchouli based. This one is boozy and the other one patchouli based, and they smell so much more interesting and more high quality to me personally, and don't have that caramel sweetness that you get from so many designer brands. But just me, but I think that is one of the most overhyped fragrances for me personally, and of course Creed Ventus, but yeah, this one's Sergioff, and one more. I to this day I have to say Chanel is still a really great house, to be honest. I think Chanel managed to stay with their quality. They have high quality. They're high end designers, and they do exactly that. They make high end quality stuff to this day. Even if I don't, even if I'm still wanting a new fragrance from them, I told them already. When I see Bleu de Chanel Elixir, I'm flipping out, guys, because I want a new fragrance. I want a new designer fragrance, not another elixir. So value for money, Gucci, Guilty Absolute, and Bois Imperial. Yeah, Gucci, Guilty Absolute, and okay, but Falcon leather is also such a great leather fragrance, guys. I have like this 6 ml fragrance that you can get from Matière Première, and this is also, if you are into leather fragrance, you have to try this one. It's such an amazing leather that smells like a falcon glove, but then gets so sensual and sweet without being too sweet, because I don't like sweet fragrance too much. So, but you're right, Vasquez, Gucci Guilty Absolute smells like beautiful, smells like brown leather. I mean, it just smells like brown leather, but it's great. I have it in my collection. I love it. I love it. And Bois Imperial, of course. It's just the most versatile, fresh fragrance you can own, I think, with the best performance. Vetiver by Essential perfumes, also great. A bit medicinal, but great. You tried? No, I didn't try it. I didn't try any such. I tried one more, the Neroli one or stuff like this, but I never tried this in I think I heard about that vetiver one already, and I have to try that one if you like that one. Okay, so Sergio, no, not Sergio Sondano, Ferragamo FF, and this one I have to get samples. Wonderwood is amazing, so alluring. Yeah, I think Wonderwood, guys, if you want a fragrance, a woody fragrance that women love, Wonderwood. No, I never had a woody fragrance that so many girls liked, I think. It's just amazing how I think it has gloves in there, gloves. So it's not the best for high heat, but the woody side to it is so alluring. I think my girlfriend loved it so much, and still loves it. And also some female friends of mine, my family, everyone loved Wonderwood. I consider value for money Mancera brand. Most of the fragrance are beast mode. Yeah, if you say that, if you think about beast mode or projection longevity, then I can see that. But Mancera, I don't like the smell so much, because for me they're a little bit too synthetic sometimes, and I think you can get better quality for the same price with quite the same performance, to be honest. But if you like Mancera, it's really nice. So I rocked not Bois Imperial, Cedra Boisé for such a long time, and I think French Riviera is also quite nice. So there are good Mancera fragrances out there, and it's a nice house. Oh, okay. Aid and Bob kept the antique, but it's like a fresh blue fragrance, like shower gel, or what kind of fragrance is it? Buzzcocks. Interesting. I have to write them all down. Do I have a pencil? No, okay, I can remember that. Aid and Bob. Okay, maybe that I have to write down. Okay, what kind of fragrance is it then? Okay. I have to move you guys because I can't. Aid and Bob. What is it called? Captain T. Captain T. Okay, I will check it out. Ooh, I like the bottle already. Okay, it just has 7.2 on Parfumo. Warte. Can you hear me again? Can you hear me? My battery went low. Can you hear me? Fuck. Okay. I think I have to end the stream, guys, because my battery is going low. I'm so sorry. If you can still hear me, tell me that, but I can see the light, so I think okay, if you heard fuck, that's okay. Okay, so you can hear me. Okay, then I will continue. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I have to yeah, see you, LV. See you. Have a great one, and see you next time. I try to go live more, a little bit more the next couple of weeks. So see you, man, and enjoy your night. And yeah, guys, if you can't hear me again, or I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, then it's great to still have you here. I think my microphone is getting a little bit low this time. But Vasco, thank you a lot for the recommendations. I think I will add and Bob this one. Which one can I recommend in Cologne? Not a lot, to be honest. There is like Parfumerie Pieper, which is like the normal one, right? Which I like more than Douglas, to be honest with you. And there is also this one, how's it called? Wait, Niche. I was there. Sorry, guys. Nischen. Mölken. Yeah, Mölken. No, it's not Mölken. Nischen. Wait. Nischen. Okay. Parfüm. Man, the setup is bad. Sorry, guys. Wait. Can you hear me? Is it back or is it now gone? Okay. Duftkunsthandlung is really nice.